This monstrosity.
Godfall Canyon. Not a beautiful design, I'll be honest. So on click, I will go through onto Rowlet. 3, 2, 1, click. And now we are doing Gen 7 of Pokemon.
Are you recording?
Gotta rate them all.
Yeah, I am recording.
Great. We'll cut this bit out.
Hello and welcome to part 7 of Gotta Rate 'em All. This is the Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, and also Sun and Moon, I don't know why I said it that way round, generation of games. They're all Hawaii themed. And as you can see, starting with the grass type starter, Rowlet. What are people's thoughts?
Starting strong, to be honest. I think this is a pretty great Pokemon. You know, I love the little kind of leaf bow tie. Grass flying, I think, is an interesting combo. I think it's the first flying type kind of starter they've ever done, which is kind of interesting.
That's interesting, actually. If they ever gone for two types right off the bat,
Bulbasaur is actually grass poison type, so that's another one.
Yeah.
It's funny though that one slips your mind. But yeah, it's quite neat. I do think he is a very round design, which is always a great start. A nice sort of lighter colour scheme with not too much going on, but all the, owlet cuteness coming through. That being said, I can't tell if it's just not as strong a design as, like, I don't know, Bulbasaur or Turtwig, or if it's just simply a matter of I have not spent as much time hanging out with Rowlet as I have with all the others. So, I don't know, I think that might be colouring my perception. But I'm content to give him like a 4.
See, I think I'm going to go for a 5. I think this is a really strong starter design.
I think I'm just going to go for a 3. I think mostly because I'm pretty sure I like this when it gets more into it, but with this kind of starting, it just feels like the bird Pokemon I might catch on the first route, rather than like, here's the starter I want.
I guess. I mean, I think I don't know, I think it's a bit more like adorable than like Hoot Hoot, you know? I don't know, I think I could be convinced to give it a 5. I do like that. I do like that mask. That's all cute. Alright, let's go on to Dartrix. So now he's becoming a rich, pretty boy. There's some interesting emotional arcs that they start doing with the Pokemon starters as they go through, and this one is definitely like it's like this cute butler type that goes into this. Like, I absolutely used to have that hairstyle, and might do again if I ever cut my hair. But I kind of like it. I think the white works really well, but it's still a bit kind of middle stagey, if you know what I'm saying. But it's pretty decent. I think there's a lot of character in there. So I'll give it a 4.
I think the color kind of change is pretty good. The more prominent whites. I like that hair. He's going for the Robert Pattinson, Bruce Wayne look, or the Matt Baker. I think I'll go for a 4.
I think I'll also go for a 4.
This is like a waiter at Chutney Jack's, just hovering over you, trying to see what your order is. Remember when we said we would do less inside jokes? That's the joke that only us would get.
Well, no one's listening to this, so we're okay.
That's true. Fuckhead. If you're listening to this, what are you doing with your time? Decidueye. So it's like an owl Robin Hood, right, that has a bow that it forms by like. It comes across a lot more in its attack animations, where it's like the drawstrings on its hood. It like makes them into like the string on a bow and arrow with its arms. And basically, it's sick as fuck. This is actually hardcore, so I'm giving it a 5.
I really like it going for the ghost type. That's very interesting for a starter. And it is a powerful design. I like the kind of the hood aspect, and the kind of feather in the hat. Yeah, no, I think I'll also go for a 5 with this one.
I think there's a ProZD video about naming this Pokemon. And how it makes no sense. And that was the first time I'd ever heard of it. But no, I think it's awesome. Yeah, go. I'm not normally a fan of flying types suddenly not being flying type anymore, but you can't not be a grass type, and Ghost is pretty sick. So yeah, I think I'll go for a 5.
Yeah, I think this one of the problems it kind of has with flying as a type is that it's sort of like having almost normal as a type, where
it's kind of like dead weight.
Yeah, you kind of have to kick it off sometimes.
You almost wish you have 3 types.
I am such a fucking... I mean, that's what levitate is, basically. It's like, oh, you can fly, but fuck giving you flying type. You have levitate now. Except all starters have growth, overgrowth, blaze, or torrent, which are quite boring abilities, but oh well. So it's a cat Pokemon, which means I'm instantly in love with it, and it's also like a sad kind of like emo, like shifty looking eyes emoji kind of cat, and it's also all black and red in Shadow the Hedgehog, Ryuko Matoi colours. So I can't not love it. It's lit, fam.
I mean, my first reaction seeing this was Tony will love this one.
Tony, when did this gen come out?
Ages. A while ago, 20... Because it was end of the fucking 3DS life cycle, right? 2017-ish, maybe?
So I think when this gen was coming out, you were like sending me a lot of memes.
I was probably.
I know I didn't really engage with the kind of this game coming out, really, because I wasn't really into Pokemon at the time. But I remember the starters being revealed. But not that. But it was that they hadn't revealed that this Pokemon's third evolution. And
and everyone was like... Because to set the stage, right, the last 3 fire types have evolved into bipedal fucking firefighting combos. So everyone was like, this fucking cute cat is just gonna get really buff and stand up on its back legs and become a fighting type. We can't let it happen. Have another fucking Typhlosion that's quadrupedal and good. But, well... We'll see where it goes.
Yeah, that's what I was going to foreshadow. I remember being suddenly very interested in this saga of will this Pokemon grow hind legs, get buff, and be a firefighting type. And we'll find out. But
you can see it beginning.
Yeah,
you're just gone slightly buffer. This actually feels like a pretty limp design. I'll be honest. It's just kind of like they just exaggerated some of the features of it, but it doesn't feel like it has much of a unique fucking shtick.
So did we give a score?
Can we go back to
Litten? Fuck! I'm doing this too quickly.
We got
speed of sound.
Too caught up with
Alright, I'll fix this in the edit, probably.
What did you give this, Tony? 5?
I'll give Litten a 5.
Alright, so actually talking about the Pokemon, I think I'd give it a 3. I think when I suddenly started looking at the eyes, I'm like, okay, I can see why this would be a good, a kind of better Pokemon, but I don't know. It's just a cat. I mean, cats are just fucking cats, aren't they?
Yeah, but cats are great.
So I'll go for 4 because I like the expression. Though it does slightly weird me out that if you look at the pupils, it's kind of, it just feels like it's continuing the pattern on the stripe of its legs. It's like I'm not looking at the pupils, I'm looking at its skin.
That's a bit strange.
Anyway, just thought I'd bring that up.
Either way, this one, Torracat. Torracat is also a very bad name, I'll be honest. Yeah, I do not like this. I think it's just kind of bulkier and doesn't really do much, so I'll give him a 2.
Yeah, I think a 2 is correct. Kind of sucks. I mean, is it going back to that classic middle stage thing where most of them suck? This one does suck.
Okay, the dramatic reveal.
Johnny, what did you give Torracat?
Oh, also a 2.
Will it go onto its hind legs and become a firefighting type? Or will it do something good? Da 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 da.
Oh my god, that's so bad.
Okay, so it sucks, but...
Look at it! They fucked us! He's dark type!
Yeah, it's dark. I mean... It definitely wasn't dark, and then it suddenly was.
It was like, oh no, everyone will hate us if we make another fucking firefight. Quick, change it at the last minute. But to be fair, there is a good gimmick to this. It is like a wrestling based Pokemon, right? So it's like a strong man. It's like a wrestler, but it's the idea that it's the heel. It's like the villainous fighter. That's why it's a heel category Pokemon. So he's like the villain that that gets beaten up. And that's why it's dark type. It's because it uses tricky fighting type moves. And
I do quite like that, but he is also a fighter.
Yeah, he is also just a boxer. He is Tony the Tiger. He is just a furry, like Mike Tyson kind of persona guy.
He did the Shadow the Hedgehog pose as well, right?
Yeah, I don't hate the design that much. It's just, but the fact that it is another bipedal fire type that looks like it is basically a fighting type makes me like very bored of it. But I also kind of like its personality. I feel like it's strong. It's intimidating. But I don't know. I think I'll give it a 3. I think there's enough in there to like, but it's not what I wanted.
I think it's okay.
In terms of positives, I like the head and the kind of stuff around the top of the shoulders. I'm not a fan of the weird muscle body that's
ripped.
Its own grey colour that is completely different to the like stockings it's wearing on its arm with its oversized baseball glove. I'll go for a 2. My initial reaction upon seeing it was 1, but yeah.
It's got a fire belt though. That's pretty neat.
I kind of want to give it a 1 just because like all of the memes, and then it's in Smash for some reason, and it's definitely not good enough to be a character in Smash.
It should not be in Smash.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie, like this isn't a great photo of it. Like if you see this guy doing the Shadow the Hedgehog pose, with his arms folded, giving you that look.
Yeah, he looks kind of fucking sick.
Then finding out he's a heel, I'm like, you know what? I'll give it a 3 on balance. I think 3 is fair.
He is funny in Smash Bros, to be fair, because he has like a move that summons like a fucking boxing like ropes, like what they call it, and he like fucking bounces off of them and clotheslines someone. And he also has this move that's just like a suicide bomb that I've only ever used to kill myself. But it is quite funny. Alright, let's go on to the water type.
Oh, this is kind of cute. Oh, I think this has a really bad final evolution. I was like, why do I not know this? That's probably why. This is very cute. This is a very cute Pokemon. Yeah, I'm surprised they've not done something like this before, to be honest.
Yeah, I like it's definitely better than Seal and Dugong.
Yeah, it's kind of got the face. It reminds me of Oshawott. Especially the kind of body shape is kind of reminiscent of the final evolution of that line.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, Samurott.
I feel like it's the first time they've done something like this for the first generation, first evolution rather. It is quite cute. Slightly weirds me out how flat it looks.
Yeah, I think it's almost like they have gone back to a very Gen 1 kind of style of using very flat colours and like not putting too much detail into the designs, which is good. Like I do like that overall, but I think Populous might be one where it's like it's a bit too thin almost. But I do like it. It's not overbearing. It's not overbearing. I think I will give it either a 3 or a 4. Can't decide. What do you guys think?
4. I'd say 4. I like the whole idea of it's kind of like a circus kind of clown with the red nose, but it's also like a sea lion's kind of balanced the ball in their nose. I think it's a simple idea, but it's very cute. Even though it does just look like another. It looks like 2 or 3 different types, like already existing Pokemon, but it's enough of a fresh spin, I think.
It's very cute.
I'm also going for 4.
I'll go for.
Oh no.
Yeah, I think I like some of the elements they're trying to put in here. I think the white kind of works. I will say this is probably a pretty bad photo of it just because of how awfully shaped the body looks. He looks very kind of lumpy. But I don't know, I think there's enough in here. I like that this is definitely a more explicitly feminine kind of evolutionary line for starters, which you haven't really had since Megamia. But yeah, I'll give it a 3. It's got a few shortcomings, but it's alright.
Yeah, to be fair to it, I am looking at other photos, and I'm like, okay, this doesn't look as bad in these other photos. I don't know. I think it's still kind of bad. Though. I don't know. I think the original one had like a darker kind of blue to it, whereas
yeah, it's true.
There's a little bit too much white here, maybe. I think the white on the kind of nose is unnecessary. It's just a bit too much going on. I'd say it's a 2. But a high 2. I'll give it that. A 2.1.
You're around that. What about you, John?
I'm gonna go for a 3. Yeah, could have. I don't know. I do quite like it. I think it's a high-ish 3 from me.
Okay, let's get going. Okay, you know what? I actually quite like this. I think it's a very like elegant, sort of flowy, like almost sea foam, sea breeze, mermaid, mixed with singer, mixed with sea lion. I think it really works pretty well. I think I'm gonna go for. I think it's quite pretty. What do you guys think?
Okay, so I thought you go first, John.
I was going to say I misread its category as socialist. Shows how tired I am. Oh, that would be fun. This is the socialist Pokemon. It for me, it sort of reminds me of Milotic and how I prefer Milotic. But I'm kind of glad they tried something similar in that area. So yeah, I feel I would go for.
So yeah, I thought the final evolution of this line was what Oshawott evolves into.
Oh fuck, yeah, that one's Samurot's not amazing.
Yeah, I thought it was that, so it was a pleasant surprise when I didn't see that. But I also don't like this very much. Like, I like what they're doing with the Ghost, Dark, and Fairy typing, secondary typings. I think that's quite cool. I think I'll give it a 3.
Right.
It's okay, I guess.
Let's go on to our Route 1 bird. I like Woodpecker. I think that's a neat angle for it. And it's cute enough. But I don't know if I'm gonna be like, yo, my boy Picky Peck. Anytime soon. But I'll give him a 3. I think he's endearing enough.
Yeah.
They definitely have the exaggerated proportions compared to Pidgey, which is just a bird. But oh well.
Yeah, I'll go for a high 3. It's one that I would go out and catch if I was going through my journey.
Although you're going to have already picked the grass flying type, so you don't want another flying type. So I'm going to hold that against it. But it's cute, you know. It's a 3. I think most of the birds are fine, apart from the one that Johnny likes, Spearow and Fearow. They suck. Don't know why he likes them.
This one I didn't even know existed. I'll be honest. I haven't played these yet.
I'll get some real Fearow vibes from this one.
Yeah, it's like kind of like Quilava, but better. But that's not saying a whole lot. I think it's a bit. I don't know, but I think it's. I think because between its first stage and its last stage, this line does make a very big jump, right? So this had to be like the compromise middle ground that like kind of hints at the fact that some design features do come out of nowhere. And considering that monumental task it's got to do, I'll give it a 3.
I think it's a 3. Yeah, I think it's better than Fearow, the worst Pokemon. I don't even know what I gave Fearow. But this
0.
This is I like how you've got one arm kind of folded. I know it's just a picture, and then it's kind of more like a hand. I can see the animations being quite good for it. Yeah, I kind of like the sharpness of its head. It looks like
very very dynamic.
Is it Kabutos, whatever it's called? It kind of has that kind of head shape. Yeah, I think it's just a solid starting bird. 3.
Red, blue, white, black.
I find out what gets
nice contrast colors. Okay, here's the fucking line. Here's the left turn. Look at him. He's mad. He's too cannon. His beak is a big gun.
So he went from very much being either the Belgium or German flag, depending on which way up his beak was, to being much more shades of colour.
I mean, I like Toucans. I like Toucan Bertie. It's a good TV show. It's not very good design, though, is it?
I think the eyes are they're like... I think toucans, as they are, quite cute, but they do have a very mad personality. They are very aggressive, so I get why they would go with that direction for its facial features. But I do really like the gimmick with its one move, where it's called like Beak Burn or something, or Beak Blast, where it's like it heats up its beak, and if you attack it that turn, you get burned, and at the end of the turn, you get hit by a fucking massive attack that goes last. Pretty sick, I'll be honest. And I do like Pokemon that are just incredibly mad all the time. But I don't know. I feel like if he had just cuter eyes, he would be a very cute Pokemon. So I don't know. Also, you get no sense of scale with this line. Like, he looks tiny, right? That's not just me.
No, I don't know if I agree.
I think this one's quite big. Yeah.
He looks smaller than the other one. But that's maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just because I'm thinking of real life toucans too much. I'll give it a 3 as well. I like that they tried to go for something very unique with this design.
Yeah, I'll go for a high 3. It is kind of limited by the fact it is just a toucan.
Yeah,
these toucans are a more exotic bird.
I think it's a 2. I think you lose something with the fact it has to be a toucan now. There's too much beak in this Pokemon. Like, it just doesn't have a face.
Toucans
like you said
have
about
a lot
the
of
eyes.
beak, to be fair.
I know. I don't know. Maybe I'm just. I mean, if you look at Tuca from Tuca and Bertie, she should have just been a Pokemon. Just Tuca.
All right, let's go on to. Oh man, this is absolutely going to be relevant. Remember Donald Trump running for his first term of presidency? Anyway, his young ooze.
Yeah, I probably got sent like a few memes about this as well. From you, Tony.
Category is loitering as well.
It's a strong short Pokemon. I think there's something charming about him, but he's not super exciting. I do appreciate that he's more interesting than just rat, but it's not super cute. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Okay. So, what mindset are we judging these on? Are we judging these on like 2016 or 2020 like ratings? Because 2016 I would have been like, haha, it looks like Trump, that's funny. Because, we didn't know. And then there would have been a period where I'm like, oh, Trump sucks, this is a 1. But now I'm back, and now he's going, I'm back in that 2016 mindset of like, aha, it looks like Trump, that's funny. So I'll give it a 3.
Yeah, I think I do just have to agree with it looks like a Trump, that's funny. And give it a 3, even though there's quite a few things I don't actually like about this.
Oh yeah, it's bad.
The yellow and brown don't work amazingly well.
Yeah, I'm just going for a 2 for a slightly shabby design.
Is it funny that it looks like Trump though, Johnny?
It doesn't look that much like Trump to me, though.
Well,
you should see this.
I think here's where it comes in. Here's where you get the Trump. Okay, here's where the Donald comes out in full force. He has absolutely done this pose, made that facial expression, had that wig on.
Yeah, this one's doing it better. Yeah. And the colour scheme's better as well.
Yeah,
those shades work a whole lot better.
Mm-hmm. I think
giving this a 15 now. So Ethan has to rate it.
I do like that it's that despite the fact that it looks like Donald Trump, there is quite an interesting story where it's like it's almost got like whatever the name of the cap that fucking Sherlock Holmes wears is. I forget what it is, like a beret, but not. What's it called?
A deerstalker is what Sherlock Holmes wears.
Maybe it's a deerstalker, but like the classic like old school like detective hat.
Flatback cap.
Yeah, like a flatback, and like his fur like kind of looks like a swept out trench coat with these like peering eyes. And the fact that this is like a pest control Pokemon. It's like
literally sniffs out rats.
We got too many rats in this city, and he's coming to fucking straighten out the population. Gumshoes, Donald Trump is tough on crime. And I kind of like that this whole bit. I'll be honest. I'll give him a 4.
Yeah. I think that's fair enough. Like you said, he's like Jack Nicholson in The Departed. He's trying to find the rats and get rid of them. You gotta respect that.
God, we should get this Pokemon for our house. There's been a rat sighted in our house a couple of times.
I'm also going 4.
Alright, let's go on to Grubbin. That's a very cute name, Grubbin. It's a very cute Pokemon as well.
I thought this was an electric type.
I think that comes in later.
Okay.
But still, that's just... They've gone with a very different body type for Route 1 Bug this time around, since it's a lot more weighted towards the head and its prominent fang features, which makes it very cute. It's got like tiny little arms. It looks like a baby that's crawling about. I love it so much. I'm going to give it a 4.
So this is one that I pretty much was certain it was Gen 8, just because I hadn't heard of it before, and like it's very early in your Gen 8 decks. But yeah, I like it. I like the like you said, the shape, what it kind of becomes. It's basically a little taser bug. Even though it's not electric type, yeah. Yeah, I think I'll give it a 3 maybe.
Okay.
I think I've asked this question before, but this gen had a lot of like different variations on that classic Pokemon of like a Vulpix and Ice type. Are they gonna appear on this list?
I don't think they will. I think they would have already been in like Gen 1. There would have been a drop down to find a Alolan Vulpix, so I think there will be like the Megas. There will be a thing we have to do at some point to add
well, I guess we can sort it out at a later point. I just thought I'd say it because I think like a lot of Pokemon this gen are just like remixed Gen 1 Pokemon. Like a Raichu that's like a fairy type or whatever.
The Charge Bug. It's quite cute. I do like that. It's a very odd shape for a bug. It looks kind of like a bus, kind of like a battery, but it's quite sweet. I'll give him a 3.
I think it's a step down, but it does gain the electric typing that I liked. So I think it will maintain its 3-ness.
Okay, here's the final stage. Here's the reason you put up with bug Pokemon, because they go hard in the motherfucking paint. Look, it's a taser bug beetle. Look at that. It's got an energy sword for a head. It's serrated on the inside. This is the coolest thing I've ever seen. I'm gonna give it a 5. Look at those wings.
I think it's a 4, but yeah, it's a very for just the generic bug. 3rd evolution, it's got to be the best this game's ever done, or any of these games have done, right? Along with Butterfree, this has got to be like the best starting bug. It's pretty sick.
They've got so many just great like sharp lines in it that just like the way your eyes just flow across this design, like the fact that it's got some nice like subtle curve with that hemisphere wing against these like the armored bits that fold up. It looks robotic, but natural. It looks deadly. God, very sick. Sick as fuck, I'll be honest.
I'm going to agree with Harry on a 4. Yeah, I think it is a strong design, though sometimes when I look at it, I feel there's a bit much going on. Yeah, I think what would really please me with this Pokemon is if it's frequently used by like police officers.
Yeah, you've got your gumshoes. Who's like, all right, bring him in, motherfucker. Vikavolt comes out and just tases someone. That'd be pretty interesting. Speaking of ruffians in the street, this is your drunk. This is your hoodlum.
Oh,
this is actually hideous.
Yeah, why do they like giving things queefs in this generation?
I think it's a quiff.
Why is it not a water type? Like it's a boxing crab, but it's not.
Oh, it's because there were land crabs in Hawaii. They were just crabs that just live on the land. So I guess this is what they're going with.
Give this a 1 though, because it's so far. I think it's a 2.
It looks like a boxer that has had the shit beaten out of it. And I think that is really funny that it's got like a deformed face. And it's like
permanent black eye vibes.
Yeah, but it is also quite ugly. Like it's not. I don't like him. You get a very strange sense of proportion from it. But I guess this is just because it's a very pose that uses I don't know, the foreshortening. Like his hands look really big, but I have no idea what he really looks like. I don't want it. Like at the end of the day, I wouldn't be compelled to catch Crabrawler, so I'm gonna give it a 2. But I appreciate some of the uniqueness in there. That's we're gonna make a weird drunk boxing crab because why not? You know, more power to him.
I think I'm gonna have to just give it a 1.
I'm saving my 1.
I do still appreciate the madness of it.
Don't
I'm
forget,
saving my 1, lads.
It's got a
My
queen.
1. Let's pick up the. Oh! No!
The worst Pokemon.
I think this is so bad!
I legitimately think this is the worst Pokemon.
This is so. It's like a weird Adventure Time monster, but ugly. It's so bad.
Can we all just give it a 1 and move on, please?
1.
No, we gotta keep talking about it. The fact that it's got a bra. It's got a weird circular joint. It's a bionic.
It's got a weird dunce haircut.
The weird paws it's got that are so much larger than the arm segments.
I'm obsessed with this joint it has. It doesn't have on the other side. Just this maybe it does and you just can't see it. But just this, it looks like the thing that you use to click into place when you build a Bionicle.
Yeah.
And it's like when you are messing around with a Barnacle or something. When you take the leg off and put it where the arm is, and it's so unnatural.
This is like a Silent Hill monster.
The kind of the circular paws look like something that would be on a playground. You know, it's just it's really impressive how you actually make something this bad. I almost want to give it a 5.
Yeah, I think there are a lot of I don't want to give Gen 7 a cop out here, but I feel like there are a lot of designs that are intentionally ugly because they're okay, well, Hawaii, it's this jungle kind of island environment, right? It's got a lot of dangerous looking exotic beasts. It's not got cute, woodland creatures. It's got this fucker, a woolly crab Pokemon. Oh, it's making me sick.
But you can do a mean-looking woolly crab Pokemon without doing this.
Yeah, I think they wanted you to feel grossed out by it, though, right? Look at its tiny fucking eyes and its face.
Yeah. The eyes that because that looks more like a mask actually it's wearing. Because if you look, it kind of juts into where the mouth is, and then it's got a kind of teeth underneath that.
If anything, its teeth that are coming down look more like eyes. And it shouldn't have this weird fucking mask bit that looks like, I don't know, Wormadam's head. It shouldn't have those weird, fucking Rowley from Diary of a Wimpy Kid haircut.
If all of the colours were just different shades of brown, you could just put it in a Silent Hill game and it would. Tony was so right there. In Silent Hill 3, there are these, deformed kind of beast with giant hands, and it's pretty much the same ridiculous proportion thing, but in that game it's meant to be a repulsive being that's a reflection of the character's own body image issues, whereas this is just a thing that they designed because they thought it was funny. Yeah, this is maybe the worst one we've done.
This is impressively bad. This is I knew it was bad, but I never spent so long looking at it, and I don't want to ever again. 1.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
Okay, this one. Oh, thank God, my eyes can rest. I'm not being affronted. Okay, so this is a Pokemon that has a lot of different forms based on different styles of dancing, which is a very neat idea. It's a cute little bird, a cheerleader bird, a sort of more traditional Hawaii POW style dance, sensu style. They're all very cute. And of course, it's type changes with each one. So yeah, very, very adorable.
Yeah,
I want to give it a 5 just because it's so much better than what we were just looking at.
That's part of it as well. Yeah, we can only give one score for the thing.
Can we flick through the designs again just one more time?
Okay,
I think
so
this
the
is the
pom-pom
weakest
style.
one.
Yeah. But I think that these three are all quite good. This very sleepy, like kind of Hawaiian hulu dance kind of going on with like the feathers being worked into it. Makes sense because it is a bird.
These are just 4 really well designed Pokemon that I just won.
Yeah, I think it's almost a shame that it's like it's all like condensed as one. It only counts as one slot because a lot of these are very strong designs.
Well, I have to give it a 5 because to be honest, I think I'd probably give all of them at least a high 4 or a 5. I think the cheerleading one's the worst one, but it also might be like the one that made me smile the most. And this might be the best one, but it's also.
I think it's just a shame that I don't really like single stage Pokemon that much because I'm like, there's no narrative arc with it. But still, the designs are so strong. Like, look at that. Look at that smirk it's given you. Look at the swiftness on it. It's got fans at the end of its hands.
As well, the variety of types where you could you could just like your Pokemon party could just be 4 of these.
We're doing the flying type team.
Types.
Yeah, have fucking the grass type starter at the end of the day. You'd be rolling in it. Well, I'll give it a 5 as well, just because fuck it at this point. The world needs some fucking joy off the Crabominable.
I like the idea of, instead of being like, oh, this is a flying gym or a whatever gym, it's just like, nah, this gym is purely for one Pokemon.
It's the Oricorio gym. That's pretty sick. Alright, oh man, I still got the taste of Crabominable in my mouth. Blair. Oh, look at this cute being. It's a bee, fairy, with 4 little dangly little bits.
So this is tiny. This is one of the, if not the smallest Pokemon, right?
Yeah.
Like, these things are absolutely tiny. And I guess in Gen 8, when it's more of like a kind of thing where you can move the camera around and see them flying around, you kind of get a sense of just how like small this kind of thing is.
I'd love to see just like a fucking whale lord body slamming. Like,
just
what would that do? Yeah.
Turn it into a fine paste. But look at it. Look at those. Look at that. The fact that it doesn't have a mouth. The fact that it just has these big like empty eyes. And the fact that it's kind of like doesn't really have a body either. It's just kind of like a sock puppet like thing. But it's so adorable. I can't not give it a 5. I feel like Crabominable has set my it's warped my sense of scale. But I'll give it a 5.
To make everything else seem better. I think I'll go for a 4. It's not quite 5 level for me, but it is good.
So you look at the name, and it is like, it's cute, it's cutesy, but it's also a fly, and flies are just fucking, they're annoying, you know. There is something like, in my times of, this comes from more of playing the game than the design. These things do kind of just get in your way and annoy you a little bit. I think I'd probably give it a 3. I think a 3 is a...
I see. But it is like a bee Pokemon, and bees are very cute as well. Okay. I'm gonna cry. This is so much more pretty than Crabominable. It's like, how are they in the same game? It's got a scarf on it. It's got a cute little smiley face. It's gotta be a 5. What do you guys think?
It's definitely up there. I'd have to sort of work out what kind of moves and how you sort of be on my team, but I could imagine at least trying to have this Pokemon on my team for like to actually try and use a bug type, the very cute design that it's got going for it, trying out what the fairy type is like. I think it's just going to be a high 4 from me, but
well, the fact that like its 4 little dangly little legs before have like turned into like the structure of its body, giving it this very cute pose, going into its scarf. It looks like a little fairy. Look at it.
That is a neat detail.
Look at it. I want to pet it. You just know that it's so weak in the game though. Like it takes like Ember and it just dies immediately. But still, it's cute enough that I forgive it. I forgive it for being weak.
I think it's
I do enjoy as well. It's only like doubled its height.
It's like 20 centimeters big.
Yeah.
Oh man, Harry, what do you think of Ribon Beam?
I think it's a 4. I think a 4 is fair.
Okay. This Pokemon looks like a cereal mascot.
I would
It's like-
not think rock as well.
It's Troco Rocco Ruff. And it's now 90% sugar.
Yeah,
You know what? It's actually
really
a pretty
is.
cute design. It's quite fluffy. I like that they're working in these sort of harsh rock elements into a very fluffy design. Give it a 4.
I think it's
Yeah,
I keep talking at the wrong time. I think it's a 3, maybe.
I'll also go 3. I enjoyed that they've, instead of just going like, oh, here's the normal dog type, they're like, how can we do something that's not dog, but is dog. So I appreciate that about it. And it is, it's a alright design.
Okay, this is another one that has multiple forms, but I was just struck by how striking this design is. Like, it is obviously furry bait at the end of the day, but still, that's a cool looking mane. Damn. And this one has 3 forms based on the time of day or whatever gimmick it evolves by.
Can we check it out?
Okay. Midnight form. Oh, this is the edgy one. I think this one's kind of weak, I'll be honest. It seems a bit oddly proportioned, but it's also got this dusk form. Look at it, it's got a hood. It's got looks like Sif. Gosh.
I don't know, either midday or dusk form is what I'd be aiming for. Probably the dusk one for the colour it kind of brings in.
It's very, very pretty. I like that nice orange that comes in. It's just a different type. They're all just rock type. But still, I think it really works. The fact that it's like this kind of rock idea being blended with like the sharpness that appears in like a wolf's mane. It's a very interesting blend of colours. The only problem is I think this one kind of loses. Like I think Midday has it the best, but the other ones you don't really get much rock from them apart from I guess the claws.
That was what I was just gonna say. Is like would. If I'm fighting this, I'm not thinking I need to use a water type move.
Which is strange, but you know what? It's still a very strong design. I'll give it a. No, I could be convinced to give it a 5. I'll give it a 5. I think it has 2 really strong designs in it. It has one like kind of alright one. So I kind of want to give it 5.
I'm going for a 4. I'm kind of ignoring the midnight form because that would probably lower it. But
this is a good form for the villain to have. There is a kind of edgy a villain type in this game that absolutely uses it like a rocket. It's okay, that fits. It's fucking Shadow the Hedgehog, glowing red eyes. What do you think, Harry?
I think if you go back to the first form, it seemed familiar. I was like, have I seen this before? And then you said furry bait. I'm like, oh, it does look like a furry. It's got those big blue eyes. It is just a furry, And when you said that, I'm like, oh, okay, this makes sense. Each of the forms, you've got the edgy teenage, like you said, Shadow the Hedgehog type one, and then the one where I'm like, how is this even a rock type? I think it's a 3, just because of that combination of things. It is it's kind of cool, but yeah, it's I don't like the typing, and it's a furry. So those 2 things mark it down to a 3. I think.
Yeah, it definitely looks like the Gen A legendary types. They look like they're related almost. All right, this Pokemon has a great gimmick.
Yeah, I like this one a lot.
Look at it on its own, little crying baby fish. It just becomes loads of itself.
It's literally the thing of don't panic, organize.
Well, it's like there's fish in Finding Nemo. They collectively pull down the boat at the end by swimming together.
Yeah.
I think it's great that they've taken this kind of concept of like fish like working together and made it into a Pokemon. The school form looks absolute garbage. Like it just looks awful. But if we go back to what Wishy Washy like normally looks like, I think it's a cute Pokemon. I love the kind of unique idea. Like in the Max Raid battles in Gen 8, one of the NPCs that you often fight with has this Pokemon. So I've kind of seen the gimmick in action a lot. And I think if it gets hit enough times, it goes back to just being a single one.
It starts off as beast mode, and then you do enough damage to it, and it becomes a little baby.
Yeah, I think it's really cool. So I think I'll give it a 4, just because I think it's incorporating these like unique gimmicks is really cool. Whereas if you just presented this Pokemon that had no gimmick, it probably is a 3. I think it's a 4 overall.
I think I'll score it similarly for the same reasons. Though I do feel that the group form is not good.
I think just the difference between it like being so like sad and limp, like look at its wobbly little eyes, look at its like teardrop shaped mouth versus this beast of like blending in the shadow and the mass of the crowd with the design is strong enough. So I'll give it a 4. It's definitely a poison type. Like it's very blobby. But you know what? There's kind of like a weird, like emo kind of punk vibe that I'm getting from it that makes me like it a little bit.
I feel like they've just made a girlfriend for like Slimer or whatever whatever the other amorphous.
Yeah, like Muck or like Ditto.
Yeah, that's it.
But I do like she has like big hair that's like kind of poofy and spiky, and I think very few Pokemon pull off such like a pastel almost colour scheme with these like very light blues and pinks and yellows. I think there's enough in there that makes me endeared to it, even though it's a very blobby shape. It's like the brutal star Pokemon. Interesting. I'll give it a 3.
I'm gonna go 2.
Yeah, 2. I think Johnny's correct. I think it's a 2.
Okay, well, wasn't introduced in Galar, so okay, but this is a very strange. This is like your go-to like defensive Pokemon that they introduce every now and then. This is the Pokemon that just exists to throw out Stealth Rock and survive. But I don't know.
It's just a Shuppet in a cave.
Like a cave made of its own legs. I think that's a neat idea. But I think I'm getting some like weird like it's just very blocky, and I'm not really and dome-like, and I'm not like loving it, you know. I have no clue.
Yeah, this is awful. I hate this. Like I see what they were going for, but I think that my least favorite part about the previous design was the kind of hair. So now that is the Pokemon. Yeah, it just doesn't work for me. I see what they were trying to do with it, but I think this is a 1.
I'll give it a 2. Jono?
I'll go 1, I think.
Okay.
Kind of on the edge.
Aww, look at him. He's a little donkey.
It just is a donkey.
That's true. That's true, but I think the fact that it's ground type, and it's kind of like how Ponyta was just like a fire horse. This is just like a muddy kind of donkey, but I feel like the design is a bit more stylized. I feel like the eyes have a lot of personality to them. It looks like you want to pet it at the end of the day, so I'm gonna give it a 4.
I'm gonna go for a 3, which I think is what I usually go for when it's like, I mean, a cute design, but it is just literally a thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I think. I know. Actually, it's a 2. No, fuck this. This. No, I don't like this. I've decided it's bad.
Interesting.
Nah. do make better designs, Game Freak. I'm not gonna give you any feedback. I'm just gonna say, oh, it's not as good as Gen 1.
Man, this Pokemon, this looks like, I don't know, this definitely looks like the tough kind of hard guy character in like one of those films about talking animals. That's my critique.
Its tail is just like a bigger version of its legs.
Yeah, it's like clotted mud almost, or hard mud, which I kind of like, but I don't know. It's got dreads. It's a horse with dreads at the end of the day. That is pretty sick.
Yeah, I think this is better. I think it's got more of a personality to it. It's still not incredible. Like I think it's a 3, but yeah, I kind of like how it's got dreads that go into a mohawk, and it also has kind of like a Zorro mask. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I'll give it a 3.
I'm also gonna go for a 3. I was gonna make a joke earlier when we were talking about Tuca and Bertie. I was like, well, if we're using that, I like the idea of within the Pokemon world just being able to go like, I choose you, Bojack.
Here he is.
What? No.
I'm stunned. Speechless.
Rom the vacuous spider.
I have no words.
It's like someone who is dyslexic tries to spell PewDiePie.
Dewpider. That's a very lazy name, I'll be honest. Dewpider.
It's a spider with some dew.
The colours are so like venomous on it. You get what I was saying, where they like went out of their way to like kind of affront you with some of the colours and designs in this gen. I like the gimmick though, but it's not particularly endearing. I'll give it a 2.
High 1.
I think a 2 is fair. I think it's at least they were doing something. It's not just fucking.
Yeah.
Like I like it more than Mudbray, because I'm like, you know what? I'd rather they swing a miss than they're like, what if a horse? You know.
Yeah, I do respect that. I think they do something interesting with it though. Like, look, this is kind of strange. Like, this is one of those Pokemon where it's like it's swinging. I don't know if it's hitting, but it's definitely swinging very hard. I kind of like it.
Better than Dewpider.
Yeah.
But it's still not really doing it for me.
There's something
I'll go 2 with this one.
It's something very menacing and alien about it, which I do like. I'll give it a 3.
Yeah, I think a 3 is fair. It really does look like kind of like this kind of like ancient being you don't want to fuck with. Like, it really is Rom the vacuous spider. I think a 3 is the correct rating. I would never use it in my team, but you know, I'd happily knock one out.
Anyway, Fomantis. Oh, look at this. Alright, we have just gone back to like very, very safe bet. Let's make a very small seed-based grass type thing, like a bulb.
Merged Mew with Oddish.
That's a good way of putting it. But those are both. I like both those designs, and you're putting them together in a fairly cute way. I like the petals as arms. It's kind of empty kind of stare. It's a very nice shade of pink it's got in its eyes, its body. I'll give them a 4.
Yeah, I think I'll also go a 4 with this one. Yeah, it has enough character to it, because with some of their grass types, I'm just kind of like, you just slapped some eyes on something that was shaded green.
You made like a fucking like cucumber Pokemon. You made a pickle Pokemon. No.
Yeah, or at least with this one I can see creatures there.
Either this is, or this is remarkably similar to like a grass bug type Pokemon we've done, or maybe this is a.
I think it is pretty similar to like a Gen 5, like kind of Swadloon, I think, or.
Yeah, this looks like the same Pokemon. Like, is it? Or is it? I don't know.
I think it's pulling in a lot of design cues from other Pokemon. Definitely, you know, that's like definitely Bulbasaur's bulb. It's gone its head, you know, which I think is almost going to become unavoidable once you have 753 Pokemon. And I don't dislike it that much. I think it's unique enough and cute enough.
I don't know. I think it's too kind of uncannily similar to a lot of other kind of similar things. And that's of no fault of its own. And maybe I should give it a 4, but I think I'll give it a 3, just because it's there's too much I've seen before in it. Whereas this is different, you know. This is a new thing, and it's pretty cool actually. A lot going on. Don't really know what any of it is. I like its trousers.
Yeah, it's all kind of working though. At the end of the day, like it's like this praying mantis, like pink flower Pokemon wearing this like very draping like clothes, and the fact that it literally just has striped trousers, there's like a nice like fucking something that you never see. It works really well. I really like it. I think I might give this a 5.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, possibly if I'd only given the previous evolution, I would have only given this one. If I'd given the previous one a 3, I might have only given this one a 4. But I feel I have to increase it by at least 1 from the previous.
Oh, I think it's a 4. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry
that's
to
all right.
prevent a 15. But
You had any so far?
yeah, the first one, and
okay.
the one that was like a bird that was lots of different things.
Yeah, so we've had 2 so far.
Okay, still very pretty design. You know what? This is so weird. This is fungusy, fairy, but it looks like something you'd see like wandering around in the background of like a Ghibli film, giving off some like, little glowing light particle effects.
Oh no, this is Hollow Knight. This is
Hollow Knight,
incredibly Hollow Knight.
Eyes. Yeah.
It looks like the mushrooms you jump on at Hollow Knight, but it's also got the face of the knight.
It's definitely. I think it's very cute. I think I again like the pink and purple. Definitely a departure from the traditional. It's grass, so let's make it green. Fucking oath that Nintendo have sworn. So yeah, I'll give it a 4. That feels like a very high rating to give such a simple design that's not doing a whole lot. But it's like, look, it's a little radish with some little mushrooms on him.
Something about
I'm sold.
It, I think maybe it's got too much like shadow in the sketches that it doesn't look like a Pokemon. It just looks like a really like cool cartoon. Like I don't know why it doesn't look like a Pokemon. But I kind of like it. I think I'll give it a 4. But yeah, it's very strange. I wonder if in different photos it just does look like a normal Pokemon. But it really does look like a hand kind of drawn sketch, like you say, like a Ghibli or a Hollow Knight kind of thing.
Yeah, it is quite different from what I associate with Pokemon. I'm going to give it a 3. I do like the design, but I feel like the mushrooms are too big.
Yeah, the proportions are definitely something that's like very different compared to most other Pokemon. This looks like Mr. Burns when he's an alien.
Oh my god, it does.
He's like, I come in peace, I feel like they kind of dropped the ball a bit here, I'll be honest. I think Moralol was very cute, and this is just kind of unsettling and alien-y. But I do kind of like the big mushroomy-ness of it. I'll give him a 3.
Yeah, I don't know, it's hard to quantify with this one.
Yeah, there's definitely this gem was like, let's make something that's like kind of gross to look at and kind of fucks you up a little bit. And you know what? Yeah. Some of them are crab ominable, some of them you just want to gouge your eyes out, but this one is like, it's unsettling. It's got a weird, like, creepy, vacant smile.
I really like the smile and face.
I think it's growing on me, genuinely.
Yeah, the mushroom top feels a bit big, but I'm not a fan of the legs. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go 3.
Yeah, I think a 3. Like, it is very creepy and unsettling, but I kind of like that. Kind of like this, like, how it just looks into my soul.
It's definitely a Pokemon you don't want to meet in an alleyway at night. Look at this little tricky devil. This is a very cute design.
Oh, that smirk.
It's also it feels quite thin, like it feels quite flat as well. It's not doing a whole lot. But you know what? It's got one of those little stretchy like rubber arm things that you slapped at the wall when you were a kid on its back. You remember those?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's got one of those on its back. It's red.
It peels off from the wall.
And yeah, geckos do that all the fucking time, so you know what? And it's got its ears almost like kind of meant to be like how a mask you would like tie it up as a bow as that you wear it like around your head. And look at that cheeky smile and that expression. Like look at how mischievous he is. We're just causing chaos.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 4 for this one.
I'll agree. I think 4 is also reasonable.
I like what it evolves into a lot. I think it's really fun. Whereas, yeah, I think 4, sure. Poison Fire is really cool, but I just can't wait to see this one. I love this one. Oh, it's so sexy, but like not.
Yeah,
It's like it's very mischievous, and like I don't have the word for it. I don't know.
It's alluring. It's captivating.
But it's also kind of disgusting. Like it's not like it's not like a Pokemon that you're like, oh, okay, if this was like a human, this is something that I'd want to have sex with. But it's kind of seductive.
It's kind of selling you something.
Yeah.
There's a lot of sibilance in how we're selling this. Like
I think what really kind of pushes it is the kind of neckline that it's got.
Mm-hmm. It's very deep. It's very deep for a children's game, even though it doesn't actually have tits, so it doesn't really count. But still,
only female Salazzle exist.
Yeah, it's one of those split evolutions that just fucks you if you get a male Pokemon.
Interesting. Gosh. Yeah, so this is one that is only female.
It is a very striking design, and honestly, that eyeliner game is on point. Like, come on. I don't know, I feel like it's back and with its head. Like, I feel like there's a lot of negative space in the design. Like, the fact that, like, it could just use, I don't know, ears or a frilly thing or something just in this kind of zone. You know?
Wait, can I do a reference that I think only Johnny will get? You know, Johnny, you know in Love Actually, Alan Rickman has that assistant just wants to have sex with him, even though it makes no sense because Alan Rickman's not attractive. And even though Alan Rickman's like, no, I'm married, she like just keeps like throwing herself at him. It's like ridiculous. That's who this reminds me of. That kind of character. And when you read the description, you're like, okay, they were going. This isn't accidental. This is like the intent that makes me think that this is just a 5 out of 5. I think
this is a home wrecker.
Yeah.
I can't score this any less than a 5. And
I think it does deserve the 5. Like, as much as I wish it had a little bit more flair to it, I think it is just its presence. It's like Hey Hotshot kind of pose. It's like it's powerful pheromones have worked on me.
They've done a great job.
Pheromones have got us all. We're all captivated males.
They've created a Pokemon that you would just regret having sex with. So
Pokemon that you don't want to wake up next to.
The post-nut clarity Pokemon.
Oh man.
I can't wait to hear what Ethan has to say about this.
This line also has incredible shinies as well, just because they do the obvious thing and invert the colour scheme. Like, the black becomes white, and it's also amazing. But anyway, on to Stuffle. Absolutely would not fuck. 0.
Oh, it's going from like seductress to here's a kid's toy. There's a lot of whiplash going from 758 to 759 here. Oh.
So I really like Bellware. Yeah, I really like that. This is just kind of like the thing you have to go through to get to it. I didn't realize its like feet were like licorice. I'd say it's a 3. But yeah, I really do like Beware, and maybe I like it because it's a bad design. But something about Beware that it's one of my favorite Pokemon of this gen.
I do like that Stuffle is like a bear Pokemon that is based specifically on teddy bears. Like from different angles, you can see that it has a tag on it, like a little like "do not put in the fucking washer 90 degrees" whatever tag. That I don't know what arcane language tags are written in, but you know what I'm talking about. And the whole gimmick is that it's like a cute, fluffy Pokemon that doesn't really like being cuddled, so it gets mad. It's pretty adorable, if kind of cynical. Spoilers. But yeah, I think it's quite cute. I think the face is a bit strange. Like I think the mouth working in with the nose is a bit of an odd choice, but it's got enough cuteness in there. I'll give it a 3.
I'm going for a 2. It's sort of slightly too busy and not quite matching for me.
Fair enough. Okay, let's go on to this.
Like, I think I did this.
That's such a good fucking concept for a Pokemon.
Yeah, see, I always really liked this design, for not really knowing it. Like, seeing them kind of just walking around in Gen 8, like, from the trailers, I was like, that Pokemon is hilarious. I absolutely love this thing. But then the design, the description is kind of creepy. It's like
it's ridiculously strong, but it looks like a big teddy bear Pokemon. It's like gives you a hug and it just crunches you like a fucking toothpick, like you're Mr. Incredible.
Yeah, I think that's I mean, it's sinister, but it's also kind of cool, and I like the normal fighting with that description. And it's just so goofy. Like it's got that Dragonite goofness where they just like they walk around, they just look like a fucking idiot. And I'm like, yeah, it's a 5.
Yeah, it's got to be a 5. Look at it. It's wearing like a headband that's its ears, and it's just wearing like a big black like bodysuit almost.
Yeah.
And where it's like bean shaped. But it's so good. It's so good. I'll give it a 5.
You guys have convinced me to go up to a 5.
It's weird because I don't even like the body color, which is like the majority of the Pokemon. I think it kind of looks bad, but that also is just very appealing. Like, it's just so goofy. Like, I don't think it's well designed, but I also kind of do.
Alright, this is the little fruit cheruby Pokemon. This is one where it feels like it's kind of a bit dry in the sense that it is just, okay, this is just the fruit grass Pokemon, this is Jumpluff, this is cheruby, this is whatever the fuck, you know. But it's alright. Like, I can't say no to that face at the end of the day. So I'll give it a 3.
If you made the, where its feet are coming out of, if you made that a tiny bit fluffier, you could just make this a fairy type. And people would not complain. Yeah, it's a 3. It's just an average kind of, one of these kind of Pokemon that you never really catch. You don't encounter much in the games. So I probably will forget it exists after we do this. But it's I can't say it's poorly designed, you know.
I'll go for 2. It doesn't feel too interesting for me.
Okay.
It's like a turnip.
I think this is an interesting, again, direction to take a feminine design for a kid's game with the wide as fuck hips. Like, I get that it's meant to look like a dress, but it just looks like it's caked the fuck out.
Well, it's like it's like a nappy dress, but it's also just a turnip that has a head.
Yeah. I think it's very cute though. Again, eyeliner that always sells me on a Pokemon, and the big droopy Hatsune Miku hair. You know, I'm kind of going at this point. I'll give it a 4. Give it a 4.
I think a 3 is fair enough. I mean, we know that Tony really likes eyeliner. But yeah, I'll give it a.
I'll go for a high 3.
Tony, what did you give the other one a 3 as well?
I give this one a 4. The other one a 3.
Yeah.
Now, you see what I was saying about the design being caked the fuck out. Like, they have absolutely done that on purpose, right? It's not just me. And the fact that it has like weird, like stocking heel legs, these like staring at you eyes. This Pokemon looks like it would get into a fight with fucking Salazzle. Be like, yo, you see that bitch? Did you see what she was wearing? God, you know, but she's got a crown on her head. He's literally a queen.
She is an absolute dom by the sound of it.
Yeah.
This feared Pokemon has long, slender legs and a cruel heart. Shows no mercy as it stomps on its opponent.
It literally will step on you.
Yeah, please step on me.
It leaves a wound in your body and soul that will never heal.
You know, I love her. It's a 5. Turns out I am a sub.
Bitchy Pokemon that you just can't help but be like, oh, it's so beautiful though. Like, again, it's they've gone with another Pokemon that's like, God, I really should not have got into a romantic relationship with Serena in any way, but now that I have, I'm fucking hooked. I've got a wound that will not heal ever because I've been stabbed through the heart.
There was a lot of I don't know what to call it. I guess they were trying to get a lot of like female stereotypes into this game. I was gonna say misogyny, but alright, I'll just say it. There were a lot of like wounded Game Freak employees, you know, getting out their personal vendetta. And you know what?
They were taking their anger out on women. To be fair though,
I got to stand with my fellow men though and give this a 5. I got solidarity. Sometimes women do just be like that.
Because sometimes a Stacy will just break your heart. At the end of the day, though, like, I can't find it in my heart to say it's like a mean-spirited design, though, to make these like Manhunter Pokemon, because they are clearly very pretty, in like not in just like a sexualized way, in just like a appealing to look at way of just like striking visual designs.
I can't wait until we come up to one and it's like Pokedex entry is just women be shopping.
I mean, the category is fruit, which is like 100% what Biden calls like 80% of the women he knows. You know.
Oh, look at all that hair he can sniff, and because it's because it's like a plant flower thing, you could get away with it. I mean, obviously
you could not get away with this Pokemon. It would stab you through your brain, which is cool. Anyway, we're going on to another children's toy.
Yeah, I think this is it's a very cute name for a Pokemon, and it's a very cute design. I like because this is the kind of Hawaiian themed region, so I kind of like this idea of having like a flower crown. My only problem with it is that in action the 3D model is just garbage because it's so small. You kind of lose some of the detail you get from this like close up. I'm like, yeah, this could be a fight, but in the game it's I don't know. There's something about the 3D model of this Pokemon that just doesn't work. So I think I'll give it a 4 on balance.
I think I will give it a 5 just because it reminds me of like Klefki, like these fairy types that are just very ring-like. I do like the lay. I
think there's something about the size of the model. When they're tiny and they're like floating in the overworld, they just never look as good as they do in like a 2D picture.
Well, I suppose that's fair, but I do think it does look good in motion when you get those, like its animations show it like almost rolling and spinning in place, and I think that looks very nice. You don't get many Pokemon that have like their movement is part of the design, if that makes sense, whereas this one is very clearly meant to just sort of spin idly, which you can see, and it looks good. So I'll give it a 5.
I think I'm gonna give it a 4. Because it's a cute design, quite like it. I think it's better than the other fairy type that like holds a flower or something like that.
No one said anything.
We've been stunned by this shaman monkey. Again, like, don't say Game Freak about running out of ideas. They made this like stoned wizard monkey that's wearing priestly robes.
I think what made me laugh so much was that I was looking at my phone for a second. I looked up and I just saw this thing staring me in the face. It's a complete silence. And I was just like, why has no one said anything? And the more I look at it, the funnier it becomes. Like, its deadpan expression is just... I think monkeys just... They do just have quite amusing faces sometimes, especially like orangutans. And the idea of, as you said, it's like drenched in this cloak, holding... I don't even know what's going on. But it's just like a psychic type. I think one of them has a ball, maybe. Whatever, its evolution or its like friend. But yeah, I think...
don't even like psychic type. Oh, I don't even like monkeys that much.
He's very funny. I think I'm going to give him a 5 just because...
I kind of have to give it a 5. Like, look at him. He's this a holy pope monkey that's like staring at you.
You thought Kung Fu Panda was good.
He's gonna teach you some fucking secret ancient fighting technique where you have to let go of your inner fucking self-doubt.
I think I can only give it a 4.
I mean, that's obviously correct.
That's fair. It is kind of a clusterfuck. The purple, white, green, and gold.
Yeah, I like in the purple the way it uses the orange and blue to have like different kind of highlights within it. Like that, that's a good effect. But I wouldn't put that over the top of a white monkey with a star on its head.
Just making me laugh.
Sure, you wouldn't, Jono. That's why you're not working with the fucking great Game Freak. Make fucking Oranguru. Oh, I kind of love it. Okay, if we want to have a break at the halfway point, Persimmon will be the last one we look at. It is a bowler monkey.
Yeah. This is. I knew there was something to do with the ball. This is so much kind of weaker, I think.
Yeah.
It's just, I think this is...
I like the pose.
Yeah, maybe this is actually... I was going to say it's just a 3, but maybe this is a 2. Like, the thickness of the arm.
That's true.
The way it comes from the narrow body. It's got another quiff. It's got 2 quiffs. Yeah, I think it's a 2, actually.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much that I hate about it. It's just that I'm not a massive fan of either monkeys or baseball. And it doesn't have the strange psychic shock that seeing Oranguru gave me. But you know, I appreciate what they were going for. I'm sure some people like it. I'll give it a 2 though. But I feel no ill will, even though I don't like it that much, if that makes sense. Alright. Do we leave it there?
Yeah, I think that's a good place to have a break. Join us next time when there's a seamless edit and you won't even notice that we're gone.
Yeah, this is the shadow bit of the podcast. You don't even know it's happening. Alright, see ya.
And I'm highlighting it. There we go. I think that's working. I'm just going to check. I'm paranoid. There we go. Alright, welcome back to the Pokemon Podcast. I feel in control now. Oh, this is weird.
Exactly. You control the pacing. You're in the lead.
Shit. Should we look at video games and that?
You just go off the rails. Make this like the Frog Fractions like mediate episode.
Okay.
Just go loose.
So we did this one, right?
Probably. He looks like a nice 3.
Oh, what? We all gave them 2.
Maybe 2 fits as well. I think if I liked baseball, I would give him a 3, but I don't like baseball, so it's a 2. That's probably exactly what I said last half.
We're moving on to this one now. Tony, what do you think?
Okay, it's nature's cleaner. It is basically a Roomba in human form. I do like the fuck, I'm an idiot. I've been rubed. Okay. He's a Aruba. Oh no, I've lost it. All my confidence is gone. He's got a very like shrewish expression. Shrewd? Is that the word?
Shrewd.
Anyway,
yeah.
he's kind of like worried. He's scuttering about. He's doing things he probably shouldn't be. And he does have some impressive facial hair, those eyebrows and that extended mustache. That being said, I'm not a massive fan of the colours or the overall shape, so I'll just give him a 3. But I do like the gimmick of this line.
We dare look. No. Yeah, I think I'll go for a 3 as well. I really don't have much to say. Apart from I like the colour purple and the yellow. I think it's a nice contrast. Yeah, even though it doesn't make up the bulk of the kind of colouring, I think it's pretty sleek.
Yeah, it's on the edge to me between a 3 and a 2, and I'm going for 2 because I don't know, it's something about it that just isn't quite there for me.
Alright, we'll move on to its evolution now.
Yes! It is the best Pokemon gimmick. Like, they did it once with Magikarp, where they just have this the pathetic, useless thing turn into this beast. I have to say, this is an incredible image of Golisopod. Like, it will do anything to win, taking advantage of every opening and finishing off opponents with the small claws on its front legs. Look at it. It looks like a kind of robot mech. It's actually a sick design. I know the 3D model for this looks really bad, but I mean, look at it. It's kind of like a weird like alien like xenomorph kind of head, kind of like a weird like rib cage like bone armor across its whole body. It's sick. I'll be honest. It's got like a martial art like belt. It's doing so much, but it's doing it so well. I've got to give it a 5.
Yeah, Bulkamech. I mean, it's a pretty good idea. I think it kind of loses some of that coloring that I really like in Wimpod with the kind of eyes, but it makes up for it just by being like way cooler. I thought it could have changed. It could have gained like perhaps even like a steel typing or a fighting type or dark type or something alongside Bug.
Yeah, I'm definitely not getting water from this line at all.
Yeah.
I think I'll give it a 4.
Yeah. I'm gonna go for a 3. I think it's.
Can you see
it just feels like it's trying too hard.
That's what I love, though. Its ability is kind of weird as well. Like, look what it. So it's got like a retreat move. And there's a very funny moment in the anime of Sun and Moon where Golisopod like swaps out another Pokemon comes in of the trainers, and he just tanks like a fire blast to the face and dies instantly, and it's very funny. It's very funny. I do like the emotional arc of this line. Like, he goes from being wimpy to being a badass, but he's still got that hint of like, when things are going bad, I'm out of there.
Tactical retreat.
Yeah, exactly. Advancing towards future victory.
Oh no.
Johnny, what do you think?
Oh no. It's just not good, is it? So it's a ghost then that's like a bunch of sand and also a shovel. Oh, it's fond of having a shovel on its head. Okay. I mean, there's a cool way to do like a weird possessed thing of sand, I'm sure, but it's not that. I don't know. It's a 2 or a 1, but
I think
I'm going 1. I think.
As much as I do normally like the more inanimate design of Pokemon, like Litwick and all that, I think the idea of having a sand console Pokemon is good, but I think the face on this, like, I like that it's hollow, like it's all the way through, but I feel like the eyes and the expression, the fact that it's just got like a little trowel on its head, kind of make it a bit, limp. I'll give it. I don't feel malice towards it at the end of the day, but I do think the design is not that strong. I'll give it a 2.
Yeah, I think so too. I like the combination of Ghost Ground. It's just not a good design. Good concept, but yeah, I don't particularly like it. I'm looking forward to seeing what it evolves into, but I'm also kind of dreading it. I mean, let's find out. Here we go. That's a little bit better. I think that's better. I like that it's kind of got mini sandcastles as arms. It's got a funny expression. I mean, that always is good for kind of endearing yourself towards a Pokemon. I like they kept the shovel, and it's almost there for scale now. You realize how much bigger this thing is.
It's a Dementor.
You kind of I like the expression a lot.
Yeah, he's like a big fucking drawbridge mouth. I think I do like this better. I think there's just a little bit more to the design. So I'll give him a 3.
Yeah, even the darker color just kind of or is it darker or is it brighter? I don't really know. It kind of looks. It's a better color, whatever it is.
More saturated, I think.
It's more vibrant, and I think it just endears me more to it. It's nicer on the eyes. I think I'll give it a 3 because of that.
Yeah, I'm going to go for a 2. I think it is slightly better, but still not great.
I mean, it's known as the Beach Nightmare.
It's a sick nickname for a Pokemon.
God, I can't believe there are 2 Pokedex entries.
That's always how it's been.
Maybe I was just not paying attention before when I was in control. Okay, this thing.
This sea cucumber. Yeah, okay. Neat fact about this Pokemon. It has a big hand that comes out of its mouth. Because that's its organs coming out to grab you. Sea cucumbers are probably one of the grossest animals that exist. I'll be honest. I don't even know if they're animals or some sort of weird advanced vegetable type thing. But they are cursed. So to take the gross monstrosity that is a sea cucumber, and be like, we got to do something with this. Like it's a Herculean task, and I think they've.
It's not great when you've called the ability innards out.
That's what sea cucumbers do. They fucking vom out their fucking internal organ. It's gross. It's disgusting. It's an affront to good animal. This is incredibly speciesist.
I complained to the manager about sea cucumbers.
Yeah, it's just so gross. But that being said,
it's a cute design though.
They have pulled it back. You know, credit due where credit's due. Gross as fuck design, but they're doing something with it. You know, the pink and black. You know, very goth girl kind of colours. They're working. The expression. It's got that little, like, 5-pointed fucking thing on it as for a mouth. Kind of like the eyes. I'm so disgusted by the concept of it that I don't want to give it a 4, but I kind of like the design. I'm going to give it a 3, just because it makes me want to throw up a little bit, but other than that, it's good.
You get hits, kind of the generic water typings that you knock out with one move. You kind of come across it twice in the game, never catch it. It's just kind of useless.
Casting Razor Leaf on this thing like 6 billion times.
Yeah, I think I'm going to give it a 2 just because, to be honest, I'm going to completely forget about this when we go on to Type Null. But also, Johnny has to tell us what he thinks.
Yeah, I'll go for a 3, I think. But it is a low 3, and as Sari says, yeah, I will forget about this.
I mean, the idea of punching something with your internal organs is funny, and I wish we could see that in action, but anyway, I am excited for Type Null, which sounds like a data error.
All right, have either of you encountered this thing before?
I had seen it in the marketing material, but not in game.
Yeah, so I think you get one of these at the end of Gen 8, so I kind of do know what it is, and I really like the concept that it's like the lore that it's got a mask that places a limit on its power. And it's kind of has the Arceus thing of being a normal type. It's not really a normal type because it's kind of like manufactured. And it has a gimmick where I think when you have like a certain amount of friendship with it, it becomes a different Pokemon because the mask breaks off, which we're going to see here. But apart from the concept, I think it's kind of a bad design. Like it's just kind of all over the place with the.
It is a clusterfuck, but I kind of love it how it's got an axe for a head. The mask looks sick. I just think the body is kind of like, this Pokemon is meant to look like a mutant, so let's give it lots of different things, kind of design, like the blue
looks like
and
a
the grey.
spore,
It does. It's like, fuck, I've got 10 evolution points left over. Quick, give it a tail. I don't know.
Tail,
it is also kind
the armored back legs, the insect front legs.
It is also kind of a fucking tank at the end of the day. Like, I do like the Arceus fucking head that it's got going on. I'll give it a 3. I think it is. I think the concept and the head make it good enough to distract from the clusterfuck body.
Yeah, I think the concept and the head are both 5, but then this is just the 1. So I think a 3 is a good compromise.
I think I'm gonna go for 2. It's just a little too busy. Much as the idea is quite interesting. Yeah, it just, if you were to show me this and say what franchise is this from, I'd say it's one of the shit designs from whatever the Pokemon knockoff is, like Digimon.
Oh, no.
Yeah, like that's a Digimon right there.
It does kind of have some Yu-Gi-Oh vibes in there. I don't know.
I think I'm this.
Like,
this
I like its name is so weird as well.
Yeah,
Type Null. This is my BFF, Type Null. It literally sounds like a coding error. Like, the string wasn't instanced correctly. It's a Type Null.
I feel like of everyone on this podcast, I'm the first to call Digimon. I don't know. There's something about Digimon. You know it when you see it.
I think
it's normally the eyes. It's the eyes. Yeah, it is the eyes. But let's move on to this thing. Here it is. There he is. So a solid trust between the Pokemon and trainer has awakened the strength, and it can change its type at will. Apparently, I think it's an Arceus thing where you can give it an item that changes its type.
I think it's definitely literally like pulling in lots of Arceus designs from it. Like its ability is literally called the Arceus system, which I am curious to see how it works. I think that it has a memory disk. I see. I don't know. Like, it's got a lot going for it. Like in like the weird angelic axe head, and I think they made the tail look a lot cooler. But the fact that the front and back legs are like still this weird point of like contention and like coming out of nowhere for the design.
Yeah, that body is still not working. It's a shame because I really like that head, and the tail on anything else definitely would be quite good.
It's like a fucking sick energy sword for a tail. It's good. It's just like if it had like if like the front legs had become more like the head, where they had just been like regular. But it's got, I don't know. I feel like I can ignore that enough to like the design. Like, I'll give it a 3, but I feel like they could have pulled more.
Sticking with my 2.
I think I'll give it a 3. I think you guys have pretty much covered all bases. I think we'll keep moving to this thing.
Okay.
Ozit becomes food. We've got different forms. Do we have to rate them, Joe?
This Pokemon has a core.
No.
Yes.
we just need to give one score for the whole thing.
Oh, that's way better. Okay. This is the Meteor form, and this is the red core. So I guess we'll kind of mainly review this.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. When its health becomes half or less, it becomes the red core version. What do you guys think?
I think I quite like the concept, the idea of having this bulky armored Pokemon that like loses the armor and then goes really fast,
Looks like
becomes really
gains a lot of
aggressive.
speed.
I think there's a lot of charm to that very pink, luminous design. The shape is just kind of spherical, and normally I like that, but I feel like it's very, I don't know, fucking Patrick from SpongeBob.
I know, so it gives me kind of the Lumas from Mario Galaxy. It kind of looks like that. It kind of like a crazy version of that. Yeah, I actually really like this Pokemon. I think I like both designs. Like I like the kind of Hollow Knightness of this Meteor form.
The cracks for like the face are good.
Yeah, I'm going for a 4. I think this is a solid design. Very interesting idea of like the 2 forms that changes it gets more injured.
And I think this is one of those Pokemon that, like, for being introduced in the later gens, uses the fact that it is like a constantly animated 3D model really well. Like its sort of limbs poke out occasionally, and like its little body like starts like cracks form, and it like opens up a little bit, which is neat, which is cool. 4.
I think I might give it a 5 actually. I think it's just from combining the Mario Galaxy Luma kind of with Love Hearts and like this thing kind of looks cute but also insane, and then it being contained in this kind of rock Hollow Knight mask. Yeah, like you said, the cracks. I like the rock flying combination. I really like it. I think a 5. It's definitely. I don't know if it's any good. I mean, if I played these games and I'd fought them and thought they were shit, I might have some like bias towards it. But just from looking at these images, I think it's a 5.
Yeah, very, very strong. I think it has a shiny form that's blue as well instead of the pink, which call me a basic boy who prefers blue over pink, but I do like that design as well.
If you like blue,
sleepy fucker. He is
asleep.
Comatose. Tony, you still need to give a wait. Have you given a score for Minior?
I gave it a 5 and you guys gave it 4s, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is terrifying. It remains asleep from birth to death.
It's the sleepwalking kind of nightmare Pokemon. That's this cute koala.
Oh, I don't know.
As terrifying as that is, the design is very cute.
It's an interesting idea to have something that's always sleeping, and so must have moves that
definitely unsettling.
While sleeping. That would be very weak to like Haunter.
I think I might give it a 5 just because it's that combination of very cute, those little droopy eyes, the big button nose, the little pieces of fluff, the way it floats and just holds onto that log, but and also the fact that it's just like it's asleep forever. This Pokemon has no waking existence or concept of reality, and when it falls into a deep sleep, it stops moving altogether.
I'm gonna give it a 3. It gently terrifies me. The idea behind it is interesting, but like the visual design is it's just a blue koala bear.
Yeah, I wish the colours had been a bit stronger on it, but
it's got the kind of Shinx colour palette.
Less pop. But it's a nice muted design for just this floating thing that is asleep forever. Has no understanding of the universe.
I think a 3 is fair. I don't know if I'm sold on the design. Kind of.
Maybe I'll give it a 4.
Maybe if it kind of had like an evolution or kind of there was some progression to the idea, it would change my mind. But I think it's kind of
it becomes the log. Everything about the koala is dropped. It's really suddenly. It evolves into like that haunted tree Pokemon. from the last
It's so
gen.
weird, actually. Imagine we had like a Farfetch'd, and then when it leveled up, it was just like the leek that it was holding became like a grass type Pokemon.
It's like, yeah, I was the leak the whole time.
It's like, the bird flew away, and I'm left with this powerful leek.
The bird flew away.
It's just called Far. Tony, are you going to change the score? Or are you
Oh,
gonna
I give it 4. Yeah, I do. I could kind of wish the Galas were a bit stronger, but I love the idea of it.
Alright, let's move on to. Oh my god, this is horrific.
Okay, 1. I don't even need to think about this one.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's a 1.
This is like, I don't know if we have it here. What's
my
that?
God, it's
What's
a
like
dragon.
Taco Bell?
Fuck.
Like I can imagine
Thank
this guy.
God.
This is like the mascot of like a really spicy like food kind of Mexican or maybe Hawaiian like inspired restaurant. It's like he's kind of very ugly.
Oh,
Yeah.
Do you like the idea? He's got a big exploding shield that if you hit it explodes and you take damage. But everything about like the other half of the Pokemon is just like a weird like turtle rock looking fucker.
yeah. I guess the one positive I can maybe say is that at least when they were starting with Fire Dragon, they didn't just make like a fairly typical fire-breathing dragon.
Yeah, it's definitely unique. But
At the same time, maybe they should have just made that.
oh, yeah, would you prefer just another Charizard in the game, or this? I'm glad they're doing unique things. You know, they're like, okay, turtle, explosions. You know, fire dragon. What can we do with it? You know, they're not.
Turtle with a permanently open like goose mouth.
Alright,
That's
come
its
on.
hose.
Let's
Okay.
get moving. We can't look at this thing.
I'll give it a 2. I like what they were going for, but the execution is just very lumpy. I like the pose as well. But all right, this is
see.
Oh, cute thick boy.
all right.
Well, this is a Pikachu
Electric
knockoff.
Steel.
Yeah, this is the first time where I've seen a Pikachu clone and been like, okay, but this is like very. I'm not really doing anything with it. Does it have like a second form? It doesn't. It doesn't evolve.
Well, okay. So it's kind of steel, I guess, is the thing.
This is kind of
Rolls
weak,
in.
I'll be honest.
I guess it's kind of like a conductor.
Yeah.
Doesn't evolve again.
Look, it
Yeah, I
rolls
don't
around.
like Pikachu clones. I think I'll give it a 2.
Rail.
I can't remember if I made it like a thing where I gave Pikachu clones 1, but I like the roundness, I guess.
Yeah, I'm going for a 3. It has got a good roundness to it, though.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a fan of like the weird like cut out rectangle it is. I guess it's meant to be like kind of like a hedgehog, but I don't think I'm getting enough of that from him. I'll give him a 2.
The thing is, I diss Pikachu clones, but this is the good one.
This is the ultimate godlike Pikachu clone design. Like it's about the idea of being a Pikachu clone.
Yeah, I think the
Fucking hell.
I love that. I love the ghost types where they just go aloud and say like, yeah, if you do the cursed thing with this Pokemon, if you look into its soul, if you peek in under its shell, you die.
I really like
It's a
Mimikyu.
really funny
like I guess the meta
combined-
aspect of too many Pikachu clones that they know Pikachu's so popular they have a Pokemon try and be it, and it looks like, I know it's so simple, but it just looks so kind of hopeless. And this
Yeah, so-
additional origin story makes me like it even more.
It's absolutely a 5.
Yeah, it's interesting though, looking at the other description it has where it says it's put this on to look less scary. So, I mean, it says it only makes it creepier, but it seems if it didn't have it on, we'd all be dying of mysterious disease. So, Unlike the current disease are all dying off.
Yeah, I do like its ability
to
disguise as well. Is when you swap it out into the field and it's on full health, it will have it disguise up, and then the first attack you hit it with, it will take no damage from it, and then the disguise will break and its head just like flops over to the side with like the most adorable little animation. And it's so cute. I do love it. The fact that it just wants to be loved, you can tell that. I'm giving him 5. 5 all day.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it is going to be a 5. Yeah. It's kind of weird for me seeing that this isn't just someone's, like, a child's drawing of a Pikachu. Like, cause I've seen it around and been like, I see this as a thing that crops up now and again, but presumably not a Pokemon. It's like, oh no, it is a Pokemon.
It's definitely one of the best designs of this generation.
Okay, this is going to get 3 out of 15.
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely.
I get that they were trying to make, like, they obviously were going for an ugly design, right? But it's still ugly. It's the colours, the mouth, the eyes, the shape.
It's like at the end, at the end of the day, when you're aiming for an ugly design, the best you're gonna do is an ugly design, and so that's the one.
It's like weird, like bulb on its head. Like they were like, oh, it's got a point of dead space over here, in between its eyes. So let's give it a reverse kind of nutsack on its head.
It is very relieving when you scroll down and see it doesn't evolve.
Yeah.
I do kind of. There is something though. I kind of like the Beetle's Yellow Submarine-ness of this kind of this color scheme and these kind of shapes. It definitely reminds me of that kind of early Beatles animation, and kind of color scheme. But that being said, there are these teeth. There's the creepy eye. There's the bulb. There's something.
It's kind of giving you like this very suggestive expression.
You can take parts of this and make a really good Pokemon, and the typing is good as well. But no, it's got to be a 1. I'm afraid it's just too dazzling.
Yeah, maybe it's too fancy for us. We're the ones who are moving out, or losing out rather. moving out of the fucking world that has Brugfish in it. All right. Oh, this guy, yes.
Well, that's another thing I feel I've seen around and did not think that was a Pokemon.
This is the Snoop Dogg dragon Pokemon. It sips sap, gets high, and then plays with children.
Sap sipper. So this is when I played Sword and Shield. This is the last one I needed to catch to make my Pokedex, and I had like a 1% chance in rain. So yeah, I spent like an hour trying to get this fucking piece of shit. So I dislike it because of that, and then I don't like it because I just don't really like the design as well.
I think there are elements in there that I like. I like the Snoop Dogg head. But like the fact that it is just a constantly high Pokemon. The fact that it's good with children, that's always something to look for. I think the neck is very strange. Like I get that they're trying to give some like, I don't know, shape to the design, but it's kind of loopy. I'm confused. I don't know. What numbers are people throwing out?
I was just gonna give it a 2.
Okay.
I think I'll go for a 3.
You know what? I think I'll. I like the idea of it, but I think the execution kind of lets it down a little bit. But he does look like he'd be very fun to hang out with, so I'll give him a 3.
Should we move on?
All right.
An anchor. Oh, sorry, a sea creeper.
It's interesting, definitely.
Oh man,
I mean, it's drains their life force.
Fucking hell.
I like the idea of Ghost Grass.
Pokemon.
It's an anchor and a seaweed attached to kind of like a wheel. I think it might just be a poor image. Like if I go down, actually no, these are worse images. I don't know. There's like a lack of clarity because this could be a really good design.
I think it does have like a more of a stronger face, like face to it when you look at it like from front on, because it's got those two dials on the wheel, and then the hook of the anchor is meant to be like a kind of a mouth. But I like the gimmick that it's got like a chain in it. Like it's like if you see on that one Pokemon card, where it's like it separates out and like fires itself as a big fucking cannon. It's always neat. And it's a very haunting, very strange design. I do kind of like it. I'll give it a 4.
I think I'll give it a 3, but it is. I do like it. I think it just lacks some of the. I don't know. If it was, I feel like if the face, which is the strongest part, was a little bit more well defined or kind of prominent, I could definitely see it being higher.
Yeah, I'm going for a 3 as well.
Jangmo.
Oh, little dragon boy. So is this gonna be the 3 dragon evolution line?
Yeah, this is the hard to get late game dragon. Which, I appreciate them doing something unique with it. They've got this very tridal kind of armored scale design that works throughout this line. That I think works really well. I do like
It's got a nice heart on its head.
The yellow, on battery. Neat. I kind of like his expression. He's kind of he looks like someone who's been bashing his head against a brick wall all day, and it's just kind of I have to keep doing this. I do love it. I think its proportions, the very big head, kind of like a sign of later gens, but does make it look quite cute. I'll give him a 4. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll also give it a 4.
I think I'll go for a 3. I don't know. I don't have anything to say really. Should we move on to the next one?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Oh no.
Yeah.
This is the one I don't remember from the line. This is the kind of gay vibe, but not as good. I kind of see what they were going for, the yellow coming off as kind of a jewelry, kind of a gold-plated armor to it. But I feel like the expression and the lumpiness, the scales that sometimes don't really look like scales, just look like weird globs on it. Maybe this isn't a good image, but I'll give this one a 2.
You know what I'm going to say, Tony? Digimon eyes.
I see. It's like the kind of triangle eyes. Okay.
I think it's a 2 as well. It's not great. I would scroll down, but I don't want to ruin what this one is. But yeah, I think it's a 2.
Yeah, I'm going for a 1. It's not a fan.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Back. Okay. This is kind of sick. I like that they've turned the face into something that actually looks like a weird dinosaur. Its head crest is very strong. I quite like this one. I don't know. Pokemon,
I think it's
you can
still
hear.
Not really...
I don't know if it's as strong as other beastly dragon 3-stage boys are, but I think the proportions are good. I think it looks huge. I like the white fur coming in at certain spots. It does look like this.
Yeah, it's
armored.
Much better than the previous one. Yeah.
Definitely. I'll give him a 4.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm going for a 4 as well.
I think I'll go for a 3. I don't think it's great, but there's something to it, I guess, with the whole Venom Ring design. I don't know. This is a kind of weak dragon line in my opinion.
I like what they were doing, bringing in like this kind of Aztec kind of look to it, and the fact it's all this like sound kind of theme going on. It's neat.
All right, moving on.
I think we're on Legends now.
Tapu Koko. It took me a second to adjust to what it is. I'm guessing this is the Pokemon.
Yeah, it's got
like
this line. I say line. This group of legends have a good, like again, like idle animation type thing where they can close their arms around them to appear more like a big head. And I don't know if any of the cards will show that off, but you can just sort of imagine how it looks. Basically, it's just got its fucking head. Like it's just like if it was a big head. I think it's quite a striking design. Definitely shows off the Hawaiian inspired themes. It's either a 4 or a 5. But I don't know.
I'll go for a 4, I think.
Yeah, I do like that. Although it's called a guardian deity, a person or Pokemon puts it in a bad mood, it will become a malevolent deity and attack.
There we go. A bit late, but it is recording now. What do you guys think of this guy?
Okay, Tapu Koko, I quite like. The colours on it are very strong. The way that the shoulder arm pads kind of can close around and give it like a whole like beak, like big bird head body. Very neat. I like the obvious Hawaiian kind of deity imagery in it. Yeah, it's quite neat. I'll give it a 5.
I'm a fan of. Yeah, I'm a fan of the colours. The orange and yellow, the sort of mohawk, and then sort of the blacks and whites works really well. I think I'll give it a 4.
Yeah, I think a 4 is good. It took me a second to kind of adjust to what it was, because my eyes were immediately drawn to one of these, and I didn't see this guy. But it's cool. I'm looking forward to seeing the next one, because I'm guessing that they're all kind of similar.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, actually no, that's not exactly. That's not what I thought it would look like.
I do quite like this. I think this definitely gives me like Azelf, kind of Uxie, Mesprit vibes, but I think this is a lot stronger of an implementation of the design. I think the silhouette is a lot more interesting, the way it's got this like kind of UFO pod that it travels around in, like one of the babies from Akira. It's got a very cute hat and fluffy hair that looks like it looks psychic. I don't know why I associate that hairstyle with psychicness, but I do. Yeah, the expression on it is very cheery. Yeah, exactly.
The sort of kind of 2 tones it's got for the eyes there, and then the sort of weird, eyelashes and some white markings underneath.
Yeah,
I think I'll go for a 5 as well.
I think I'll give it a 4. I do really like it. Wait, did you guys both give it a 5?
Yeah.
I'll give it a 5 then. Why not? Let's give it to Ethan to be. Although I will be kind of annoyed if it wins. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, I mean it's a low 5 from me.
It's definitely a good one.
All right, you go into the next round. Okay, I don't think this is going to be getting 15.
Yeah, I think this has another like it can close itself up gimmick, but I think it's a lot harder to visualize how it works. It's definitely very strange.
Yeah, it feels like the sides of it close down and it becomes almost like a bell.
Yeah, or like a boar kind of head.
Yeah.
I do think that it's a very abstract design, which I appreciate them going for, but it's also very hard to read for like what the fuck is going on, you know. I'll give them a 3 though.
I think it's a 2. I think it's a bit too much.
Maybe a 2
compared to the other 2, which were really good designs. It's kind of disappointing.
Maybe I like that it fits the pattern, like, or that it is a part of the pattern, but So I'm not sure if I like the hoof arms. It's got pencils for horns. Those are pencils. Right? Or just me seeing it?
Oh god, yeah, I see that now. Yeah, it's a 1 from me, I think.
You know, I've made myself not like it now. One. Yeah, I think it might drop down to a 2. As much as I like the group, but I think this is the weakest one.
On to the next Tapu.
Okay. Ooh. This is one where you can read what the design is meant to be. Like, you can see that it fucking closes and becomes like a clam. It's got this very cool mermaid design in it. I like it. What the fuck was that Pokemon card that was luminous yellow?
They all have one like that.
That's really strange. I'll give them a 4.
Yeah, I think a 4 as well.
I think I'll go for a 3. I think it's middle of the road. It seems the other ones, I don't know. Like the first 2, I felt like the kind of like clam kind of ball thing worked really well. The one before, I have no idea how it folded into it. This one is almost too much. In that it feels like a toy. I don't know, that it just have like a very easy zip. And it's kind of like when they had to make like Transformers that were also dinosaurs, and they'd be Optimus Prime, but he's got like a massive like dinosaur hat that looks like shit because it was part of the mechanism. That's what this looks like to me.
I do think that it's a very like a classical thing to have a mermaid or like just a person like sitting in a clamshell as part of like a old school like painting type thing. I think that's neat to work in for this mermaid inspired Pokemon. But I do see what you're saying. It is like very like an overbearing almost kind of way of doing it. Of just it's in a clam.
yeah. If it was maybe a little bit smaller or something, I don't know. I think a 3 is fair enough, and we should probably get moving on to Cosmog. This thing.
Okay.
Well, that's the thing from Rick and Morty, isn't it?
That's true. It is. What was the fucking song? The Cosmog. I say Cosmog. The Cosmog and Rick and Morty had. They had a Doctor Strange bit where. Anyway, who fucking cares about Rick and Morty? Cosmog, on the other hand, I appreciate the colours. I like the gradient and the sparkle. I do like cosmic inspired things, but
And I do enjoy that it can be killed by a slight breeze.
But I don't know. I feel like the fact that it's arms/hair. Like, I like that it looks like it's meant to run around like helplessly and like wave them about, like, oh, help me, kind of. But it does feel kind of like tacked on. There's enough in there to like. I'll give it a 3. All right.
Yeah, I think I'll also give it a 3. I like the colours, but some of the way they've kind of done this doesn't sit quite right with me.
I really like it. I mean, it looks less like a Pokemon and more like just kind of like a doodle you'd see on what's the perfect website? It's not like Tumblr, but kind of like an Etsy sticker you could buy or something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It kind of has that vibe to it.
It does have a good personality in the game as well. Like it's got a nickname, Nebby, and he is constantly fucking off and being annoying. But yeah, very cool.
I think I'll give it a 4.
Yeah.
Did you guys rate it already?
The evolutions.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got this.
Okay, Cosmo-M.
Oh, I don't like this as much.
No. Its weight is nearly 1,000 kilograms.
It's a big. I'm genuinely.
This...
Oh, he'll be back soon. I'll cut that out. I do like it. Like, honestly, I like that it's like this weird, like, psychic being that's like this immense, like, monument almost. This is the legendary line for this gen.
Yeah, I want to look at it, but I don't want to spoil what the. Maybe I'll.
I don't know. I kind of like it. I kind of like it. Oh. Yeah.
More than a spoiler.
Like, it is basically just one of those, like, bug type, like, middle cocoon stages. But I think this is very strange.
It's
kind of feeling it.
Protostar, being a height of just 10 centimeters and a weight of basically 1,000 kilograms. It's like it's becoming a black hole. Like
it's
that
very
feels
small.
like it's a danger.
For being 10 cent. Yeah, I think I imagine it being like a meter big, like this big, like worshipped giant eye, and it's just like, oh, it's just something to carry around. Okay.
Yeah, like it's.
I give it, you know, I will give it a 4.
I'm thinking a 2.
I think I'll give it a 3. Yeah. But I do like the idea of
yeah, I think a 3 is probably
making
better,
the box legendaries like an evolution almost. This kind of thing, and then it's growing to something, and let's see what it could have become if you buy one of the games. This thing. What do you guys think? A full metal body.
That's a very underwhelming ability for how cool it sounds. Okay, this looks like a high-level Yu-Gi-Oh card, but it's also sick as fuck. Like, it's a white gold space lion. The one thing I hate about it is the typing. The typing, like, apart from steel, like psychic, it just should not be psychic because I'm not reading that at all. But it's a very sick design. You know,
I enjoy that it finally answers the like who would win. What was it, like 3 billion lions or the sun?
A trillion lions versus the sun.
Trillion lions, and the answer is just one, and it's Sol Galeo.
They only needed one. It eats. It does look like a lion that would eat the sun. It's like the top half of its head being like this weird, like, cosmic space dome Pokemon kind of thing.
I guess it's kind of like it's got a Starmie on its face almost.
Yeah, I just love Golden White as well, and it's got a very striking like pose. It looks like the one you should obviously get if Pokemon Sun is in stock rather than Pokemon Moon. I'll give him a 5.
I'm gonna give him a 4.
I think I'll give it a 3. There's something about this that just doesn't sit right. Although I like how they've incorporated the previous design. I like the concept. I don't know. I like the beast that devours the sun. Everything about it I really want to like. But I don't know. It's just kind of... I don't really like the face. I'm sorry. Let me down.
See, I'm not a fan of the weird kind of things on the legs, but
What do you think of this thing?
Oh no.
This is the ultimate Zubat.
The beast that calls the moon.
This is clearly the less cool one. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, the fact the other one is like, yeah, this one eats the sun, and then this one is just like...
This one is just like, hey yo moon, what are you up to? I do like the kind of bat, kind of vampire, very regal design, but I feel like the overall silhouette of it is just kind of like not super. Like they're doing the Yveltal thing. It's like, okay, this Pokemon really needs to look like a Y. It's like we need this Pokemon to look like the moon, and it's like you could have just made it have like a slightly stronger body and silhouette rather than just being 2 croissants that are next to each other. But it is very regal, and it's a skeletal space bat made of gold, so I can't not like that, how over the fucking top that is. I'll give it a 3.
Alright, hot take. This is a 5. I really like this.
Really?
I like the 2 crescent moons that make up the wings. I think I just like purple as a colour.
Yeah,
and I like how this line kind of incorporates them. I feel like there's just a jump where it loses some of the kind of cosmic magnificence, and it just kind of looks like I hate to say it, but a Digimon. Whereas this, I like the elegance of it.
That's true. It does look
it
like
is
a
just
vampire.
a big Zubat. I like the face. Yeah, it's got a vampiric quality.
Yeah,
And maybe it is trying a bit too hard with the Y. I don't know. This is the game that I would buy. Although I do own one of these games.
I
don't know which one I
Moon
own.
as well. I do like it. It's got the glowing core as well.
Wait, this is live me figuring out which game I have.
Do you have Pokemon
I have
Sun?
Moon. I
Yeah,
have Moon. Nice.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
So I did see the cover and chose this one deliberately.
Yeah, I do like it. I do like it. I just think that Solgaleo. Maybe if Solgaleo wasn't as strong, I would like Lunala more.
Yeah, I think I'm going to give Lunala 4. I think the problem I have is kind of flatness to it, and the sort of bottom of it looking like it's a spinning top.
It's kind of like a can
like the wings and the heads, and that kind of the almost skeletal details, the sort of rib cage. Like I like that. There's quite a lot I do like about it, but yeah.
Okay, it is very lame how the categories for these Pokemon are just like Moon with an E on the end, and the other one is Sun with an E on the end. Okay, we get it.
Right, this thing. Rock poison.
Okay, I hate the typing for this line of Pokemon. They're called the Ultra Beasts, because they're the weird like gimmick thing for this gen. But this one looks like a Dark Souls NPC alien type being. Apart from the typing making no sense, I think it's a very strange and alien and striking design, which I quite like.
Yeah, you say Dark Souls, but it definitely has the kind of a Bloodborne.
Yeah.
The final DLC area in kind of fish that are also a cosmic being aesthetic to it. But I also think it's not that good of a design. I think I'll maybe give it a 2.
The colours are a bit flat.
Yeah,
I wish the colours were more striking. But I don't know, I kind of like how strange and angelic, how it's like almost like a girl. Like wearing a big sun hat, but it's a space jellyfish from another world that produces a neurotoxin that will kill you. I'll give Nihilego a 4. I hate that it's rock type though. Like why? Just fucking don't.
Okay. Jacked ant.
This is a space alien mosquito that's jacked. It is one kind of ultra beast. This is actually
definitely a 5.
It actually is. It's so strong.
Jacked mosquito.
It's a common organism in the world where it normally lives. Thanks for telling me.
Yeah, what fucking cursed world has mosquitoes that look like they could rip a car in half?
We gotta give it a 5, right?
It's so strange. The typing on this one makes sense. Thank Christ.
It's a jacked bug.
The colours are so good. Like the kind of like bulging muscle, red yellow tint. It also looks very funny. He's humorous. It's like imagine being punched by a mosquito. You find a mosquito and it just decks you. The one thing I don't like is the eyes. I think the eyes are kind of dead and quite boring. But
that's what makes it. I think it's just the simplicity of the bug, but then the detail of this fucking jacked bod.
It is obviously a 5. It is so fucking funny.
Problem is, honestly, it's a 2.
I mean, it's a 1, but it's also a 5.
Yeah.
It joins the category of boomy.
It's so fucking dumb.
Just so Ethan has to look at it, it's a 5.
Come on, we gotta show Ethan this one. That's what you gotta say.
Its name is Buzzwole.
Buzzwole, right? Yeah.
Alright.
He's tall.
Oh, the shit.
Ooh, now that's the final boss from Hollow Knight, isn't it?
This is
it does
definitely a
sound
very
like
radiant design. It also kind of looks like one of the aliens from Men in Black, like those weird fucking disproportional little bug little beings. But this one's very angelic. I remember thinking this Pokemon was ugly as sin. Again, should not be a fighting type. It looks why? I hate that the fucking Ultra Beasts do this, where they look nothing like their types. But it's a very like almost wedding dress, like very very angelic design that's working in these strange like bug-like elements. See?
So yeah, I'm gonna go for a 5. I like the sort of design it's got going.
What did you give it, Tony?
I'll give it a 4. I like the eyebrows. I like that its hair. Again, this is another thing where it looks like an NPC in the game, but the hair's very striking. It's got a nice sassy pose to it. The only thing that I kind of don't like is that it's got a very human body to it. Like it just kind of looks like it could almost just be a human, like apart from like the very thin limbs. But it's very cool. I like the color scheme.
I like the alien bugs. I like the kind of feminine, like fashion designer kind of design. I think I'll also go for a 5 as well. Why not?
Yeah. All right, we've got to show this to Ethan. I'll give it a 5. It does look like it is walking down a catwalk, and it's wearing high heels.
We've got to go
these last designs are insane. What is this?
Shit, that. This is circuitry. That's how you're meant to pronounce the name.
That is, I mean, it's clever, but
yeah. It's so strange. Yeah, I'll give them this. They were not fucking phoning it in with the Ultra Beasts. They were like, let's go all out.
Yeah, I do massively respect. I kind of actually like it. Now I've settled on it. I like. I mean,
it does look like a fucking bundle of fairy lights.
Yeah,
it's very Christmassy.
It's off for me.
It's arms. It's kind of like
it's also got such like a power pose to it. It's like literally like the Bane, like come at me, bro, with these frazzled. God, I kind of love it. I kind of hate it, but love it at the same time.
Yeah, with the legs where you just look at that and you're like, well, those are just cables that have got cable ties around them. Like that's what it is. Just one of the designers just had a bit of a cable mismanagement problem, and then was like, fuck it, that's the Pokemon for this week. I'm gonna go for a 3, which does not reflect the kind of madness that I do appreciate from it, but I don't know.
I think you're right. I think it is a 3, but I do like it. I like it and I hate it, so I think a 3 is pretty fair.
The head is so strange and alien. Like the fact that it's just like this bundle of wires with this weird glowiness. I like that. Like it's an abstract take on being an electric type, but it fits.
Pretty cool. Should we keep going?
I will give it I'll give it a 4. I have turned around on circuitry. I used to not like it that much, but I kind of love it now. Look at that! I love this. This is a church steeple rocket ship Pokemon with massive floating Challenger 2 rocket hands. I love it. It's a Pope crossed with a rocket ship.
It looks like the people on Camino.
It's fucking Yarapu.
But it's inside a mech.
It's got Stars of David.
It's been animated in that kind of Samurai Jack original Clone Wars cartoon style as well. That being said, I don't really get it. Like, there's so much going on. It's just
I love that there's so much. It's so much going on, but it's all things that I like. I've got to give it a 5. It's a rocket ship Pope. Alien.
Johnny?
I'm gonna give it a 3. It's because I do like Tony describing it as a rocket ship Poke, like that is cool, but also I don't know, if it wasn't a Pokemon, like maybe I could score it highly, but as a Pokemon being that, I was like the highest I can give is a 3. Like that should not end up in a Pokeball.
Yeah, I think I'll give it a 3 as well.
Yeah.
Gotta keep going.
Okay.
Kind of like
This is an origami samurai bug.
Yeah.
What do you guys
It feels
think?
kind of odd, really.
It's
that
very
this
hard
one's
to
an
picture this
Ultra Beast.
Pokemon in motion, which is strange. But I do
I like
it.
the origami-ness of it.
I wish I could see it like run about and jump and move, because I feel that would really sell like how its body is actually meant to work. I'll give it a 4. I think
convince.
it's T-posing with its razor arms. Any Pokemon with swords for arms is sick, so it's got to be a 4.
Yeah, the thing with this one is you could just say it was a ghost type instead of being some weird alien thing, and it always makes more sense.
Yeah.
I feel being a ghost than it's this alien that's kind of like origami. It's like,
Yeah, I think this one kind of has the least like alienness of them all so far.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for a 3, which just seems to be what I give it if I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm the same.
I am looking forward to what a Guzzlord looks like.
Oh, Guzzlord is absolutely it's a special one. Like if you thought some Pokemon were doing too much.
Guzzlord. Oh, I mean, could I?
It's a Junkivore.
Could I expect
Dark.
anything else?
Okay.
From
This
someone
Pokemon
called
looks like.
Guzzlord?
Okay, I don't like that it has 2 heads and 4 arms. The fact that it's okay, I don't. It's doing so much. It's trying so hard. It's going all out just to be this weird beast that constantly devours things. But I feel like there's a point where you loop around. There's a point where it's just a bit too much of a clusterfuck. For me, Guzzlord is that point. I'll give it a 2 though. I appreciate.
I think I'm gonna give it a.
I appreciate what it's trying to do.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 1.
You know, I'm gonna out of respect for how much it eats and how they were just like, how do we communicate hunger as much as possible? And they were like, okay, give it 3 mouths, 2 heads, 4 arms, make it an entire mouth, like kitchen sink kind of disposal unit Pokemon, and also make it a dark dragon. Like I kind of I've got to respect the audacity of that by giving it a 2 instead of a 1.
Alright, let's keep going. Not many more left now. We've got this thing.
Okay, I think by the 8th fucking Ultra Beast we get that it's okay. Okay, those do look sick as fuck.
Alright, let's just rate this one.
I do not understand what that is. I want to rate the fusion forms because solely because what was it? Kyurem from Gen 5 had the ugliest fusion designs in the entire world. They look like monstrosities. These look really good. I think Dawn Wings and Dusk Mane are like 5s. I think Necrozma as it stands, I appreciate that it's all black, but I think its silhouette is kind of very strange and not very. I don't know. Its pose is like a bit too like I'm not reading much from it. I like the colors. I like the kind of angular, spiky features, spiny features on it. but the silhouette's kind of dragging it down. I give it just a 3. The fucking Ultra Radiance form of it, I don't know what that's doing at all.
Wait, because we're not rating individual forms, do you want to give it a 4 overall? Or just a 3?
I might just give it. What's the final form? I haven't even fucking got a good look at Ultra Necrozma.
I think that's an Ultra one though, so we're not going to do that yet.
Is it Ultra, or is that
this
just?
Is Ultra.
That's not Mega though.
Oh,
is it like? Is it a Mega form?
I don't know. Probably not.
Okay, I'm gonna give it a 5 just because of how strong the fusion designs are. The way that the black like gemstone kind of designs like encrust the glowingness of the Pokemon. And the fact that this Pokemon's theme is that it's like this weird spectral kind of thing that runs around sucking out life forms. Like, that looks incredible. That's genuinely like these two are really strong designs.
I like that it mimics the other Pokemon, the boss ones. The cover, whatever you call them.
Yeah, I think they're fusions. I think they're like the Kyurem had the fusions with Reshiram and Zekrom. I think that's how they did it.
Alright.
Because it's like armor.
Okay, that's a 3. This is a 5. This is a 3. This is a 5. So I'm going to give it a 4 overall.
I'm going to give him a 5 overall. I do like the black gemstones.
Yeah, I'm going to go for a 3 overall. I think this is the strongest look for me. I do like the sort of the black and the jagged look, but the arms are just way too thin, especially for the arms it's supposed to have.
Yeah,
and then there's
it's very
something
spindly
with the fusion forms that don't quite sit with me. They don't work for me. So yeah, I'll go for a 3.
All right, last 2 now.
It's a Clockwork Doll Pokemon. It's got a soul heart. It doesn't have a core. What is this? Okay.
I'm not the biggest fan of this, to be honest. I think the kind of the bunny ears don't really help. I like the idea of like a Clockwork Pokemon.
Yeah, same. Clockwork could be good, but this isn't quite getting Clockwork across, really.
Yeah, I do like that it's kind of got like a little dress, you know. It looks quite sweet, but I feel like they could have done more with it.
Like power pants, you know, like Puff Daddy or whatever. I think maybe it's a 3. Yeah. I think a 3 is fair. It's like a nice centrist rating.
I'm giving it just a 4, just because I think I'm just a sucker for Pokemon that look like they're wearing dresses, but I don't know.
I'm going for a 2.
I've got a nice spread. Okay, the
final
final one.
On to the final one. Oh wait, there's another one?
No. That's the. Wait, what the fuck is that?
Oh my god.
There's more! There's loads more! Oh fuck! Well, you're spoiling them now, don't go through all of them.
Shit. Okay.
I was gonna say, our spreadsheet ends here, so
What?
What do we do? What do we do?
You have to insert some rows, I guess. Does that fuck it up?
Johnny, do you want to quickly edit the spreadsheet and go for a bit longer? Or do you want to just end on this one?
I think we end on this one.
Okay.
I swear the other Pokemons are part of this gen.
Okay, here's what we do. We end on this one, and then we have a mini episode where we do the rest of them, and then all of the megas.
Okay.
That's gonna be a whole thing to set up, and then we can do Gen 8 after that.
Sounds good. I can't tell if this is a 4 or a 5. I feel like it's very like they just went for the kind of proportions that I really like, which are like the big blank eyes and I like the ghostiness of it, you know. But I also feel like it's a very simple design. It's cute. It's the cute legendary of this gen, where they were like, oh, it's like this cute little baby thing, but he's really powerful, and I'm like, oh, okay, you're hitting my weak spot. Okay, fine, I'll give it a 5. Don't just take my money. I'm sorry.
I'm going to go for a 4, but it's a high 4.
All right. What are you thinking, Harry?
Yeah, I think a 4 is fair enough. Yeah, 4 for Marshadow. It is just that your favourite one. Again, it's just the same thing.
Yeah, but the dark version.
Alright, so that's the end of Pokemon Gen 7. Join us next time when we mop up all of the things that we have missed so far, including Megas, alternative regional forms, and the rest of Gen 7. I guess that's what we should do next.
After then, it will be the Quillfish special.
Oh, of course.
Reviewing it again.